Back in 2012, I bought a ticket to watch this fantastic remake of a movie called Les Miserables with Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe, and Hathaway. Back in those days, we hardly had any social media like we have nowadays that advertised me what I was about to watch that day. A 2 hours 38 minutes musical movie, one song after another, and I have to say I personally felt disappointed and tricked by the cinema at that time. No one warned me that I was paying to watch a musical at that time, so I asked this time, why do audiences have to be tricked into seeing musicals? We have good examples such as Disney Old School, La La Land, The Greatest Showman, but we have these terrible bad examples: Wonka, Mean Girls, Matilda, Joker 2, Les Miserables 2012 that I'm just saying, Sweeney Todd, Rock of Ages, and The Princess and the Frog. And here's the thing, these bad musical movies I'm just talking about were a complete success in the box office, with earnings triple that the investment. And that days you have to consider movies as Wonka, Mean Girls, and also I am talking about Les Miserables 2012. They three were winning movies. But before speaking within all of that, what defines a musical movie? Musical film is a film genre in which songs by the characters are interwoven into the narrative, sometimes accompanied by dancing. What classifies as a musical? Musical theater itself is a form of theatrical performance that combines songs, spoken dialogue, acting, and dance. The story and emotional content of a musical, humor, pathos, love, anger, are communicated through words, music, movement, and technical aspects of the entertainment as an integrated whole. Moreover, a Disney movie is a musical. Disney films have always been musical, even in the silent era. So, with the streaming services growing in popularity and convenience, an ongoing cost of living crisis affecting disposable income, and this industry barely recovered from the pandemic, subsequent strike action which both saw release windows shift for many films, people need convincing to buy a ticket. So as a response, marketing has had to become more creative. Back in 2023, we have Barbenheimer, a cultural phenomenon around the release of Barbie and Oppenheimer, the two most anticipated films of that year in 2023. Elsewhere, however, the marketing for some of the recent biggest films has adopted a new, more simple tactic: being economic with the truth. You would be forgiven for not realizing that 2023's Timothée Chalamet's strong prequel Wonka was a musical. After all, not one single second of marketing material showed any songs in the trailer, the key selling point of any musical movie in these days. But I have to say, this is a double-edged sword. Yeah, it can surprise and it could be a solid film like La La Land. On the other hand, audiences don't want to be misled. If someone doesn't like musical space and watches this, like myself in that movie that I'm just mentioning, Les Miserables, that person will be pissed off, and that can lead to bad words of his mouth, and even more with social media. And another interesting question, why did musicals lose popularity? Musicals have been a declining popularity since the 60s, yet Hollywood continues to make them. The Sidekick Entertainment editor Ainsley Dyer thinks movie musicals are not successful because of the change in the Hollywood norm to realistic acting and why people have strayed away from these movie musicals. This is hardly a new phenomenon, and it repeats itself every few years. You can consider the 2009's Princess and the Frog. Disney moved away from advertising the musical numbers in its subsequent film, Tangled, focusing instead on the male lead. The same was true a few years earlier with Sweeney Todd with Johnny Depp, which was advertised like a horror thriller movie and not as the fully fledged Broadway musical adaptation that it was. And Paramount is actually currently taking this into consideration with Mean Girls. It is also a musical, but from the first trailer you never guessed that it was. And I actually watched this trailer and also Wonka, and I have to thank for the streaming platforms and social media in general, because they warned me that they were both musical movies. And I believe it is not so good to make this a musical movie, because it is like a natural talent for the script, for the director to perform a musical movie such as La La Land. That was a really good movie with these musical items. So why are actually studios having these musicals? This is actually a proven genre. A former studio actually told The Grab about why studios are hesitant to flaunt musical numbers in trailers. That's actually the problem. They are a proven genre and people made up their minds about whether they like them or not. At the box office, the strategy has largely worked, as I previously said. So my conclusion is that tricking people into seeing musicals is ultimately unhelpful for both sides. You as a customer that are paying for a ticket, and it is not a cheap ticket, and also the studios, because we now have social media. There's no way right now 2024 you can trick people to watch a movie they don't want to. If you want to sell this as a musical movie, you can release direct to the streaming platforms such as Matilda, and if it is a musical movie you have to put it in the trailer. You have to put it somewhere because people is actually paying, and you have to be really considerate with the people that are paying to watch your movie. Musicals are not going anywhere. Despite their lingering stigma, they're one of the oldest forms of cinematic entertainment, and if studios want people in seats, they should embrace the full concept of that makes the musical so unique. You can let me know in the comments what do you think, what do you believe within all of this. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'm Super Bob, Sun Magazine, bye bye.